Once again, welcome back to the networking class. Um, there is one thing I want. I don't know whether how many of you are using phones and how many of you are using computers. Computers, it can be desktop or laptop. How many of you are using phones? Or uses phones?
Me, I'm using phone now.
Okay, Maxwell.
Max, I'm using phone.
Okay, Angie. Angie too is using phone. Who again?
I'm using laptop.
All right. Jenison is using laptop. Um,
I'm using a laptop.
okay, Obaya is using a laptop. Uh, okay, okay. Because actually, I would want us to simulate a network. Um, because I have to see other ways for those using phones to benefit. I want us to actually practice to simulate a network on our own to create our own network. There are softwares you will need to download on your machines. For those with the PCs, I have no problem with that, but those with phones, I need to find a way for you to. Uh, okay, I'll find a way. We have to simulate a network. So each of you will simulate and it will create his or her own network wherever he or she is so that you can have a feel of the networking you are doing, not just the theory, but the practical too. Okay, after creating your network, you print out your let me see your project. So you simulate a network using I'll send you links to download those softwares. Then hopefully from our next meeting we will start simulating networks. Please tell your friends for those ones they have to join the class because if you get confused, that's all. We are going to connect routers to computers to a lot of packets. We are going to connect simulating real network on our various machines so that we can have a feel how network experts actually connect in organizations or in areas or communities. So be checking in your Slack channel. I'll be sending you the links to download these softwares to install it and we start simulating. Okay. Before we start, I saw one person saying he or she is new and so where is that person? Galaxy X4. He's out. All right. Ella, are you the one? All right. I saw one saying he's a new person and so hope he can understand. Okay. Right. I'll quickly take I've sent you guys to a reading material in your Slack channel. Please download it. Then be going through. Actually, the main focus here is at the end of the program, you should actually be at your own comfortable zone and create your network using various types of softwares. Here, the theory base is not going to help. The theory base is for those who use it as grading system or something. But here, we are not going to grade anyone. There is no GPA here. So we'll mainly focus on the practice. I'll take you through the theory for you to understand everything. Then after that, we'll start simulating our own networks so that at least you can get something after they program you at your own comfortable place. You can simulate your network, play around. You can actually submit all these, simulate all these skills to any place you want to work, and they will also allow you to practice your skills there. All right, we are starting. Any question from our last meeting before we start? All right. If there are no questions, let's start. I really wish the guy or the lady who asked that question is still here. Since he or she is not here, I don't think I can go to that point. All right. So this time we are using the reading materials I sent it to you. Today we are going to move very fast. If you don't understand anything, just draw my attention. My aim for today is to actually take you through this textbook, make you understand the theory part. From next week, you will start simulating real networks. You can actually be joining routers, be joining servers on your own machine, and you can see the connection. You can feel it as a network expert. Let's start. From the very basic, again, we are starting from the very basic again. Please, those who just joined, I'm saying from next week, we are going to simulate real network. I'm going to send you links for you to download softwares on your various machines. Those who will be using phones, I'll find a way for you. And those who are using the laptop too, I'll send you your links. Download the softwares and be ready for me next week. We will start simulating because this is the major or the real view or the aim of this program is to equip you with the skills, not the theory. So we are not just going theory. We go theory meaning we are going to grade you, and here we are not going to grade anyone. We will go purely practical and theory as the coding class and the data science class are doing, and the hacking class. So as we going to do the same theory, then practical. Okay, we are starting. In a network class, please make sure after every class, if you didn't understand anything, go over the Zoom video that will be sent to you. In configuration of network, there is no mistake. If you do a mistake, you can't connect. Today we are going to actually move pretty fast and we are going to learn a lot today. Let's start. All right. In fact, a computer network. Basically, a computer network in a layman's idea would be like, okay, is someone talking? All right, let's continue. A computer network in a layman's idea would be like connecting your computer to a Wi-Fi or something. No, that's not the definition of a computer network. A network generally is a collection of independent computers that communicate with one another over a shared network medium. This medium, when we say a network is not specifically the telecommunication network some of you might be thinking. Though it's part, but a network doesn't necessarily mean that. A network can also mean connecting your computer to a printer. It's a network. Connecting your devices to your Bluetooth is a network. Connecting devices and devices using beam rays, infrared, Bluetooth, they are all network. Connecting your phone to your headset is a network. A network is in a nutshell, a network is you creating a channel whereby you can share information through that channel very easily. Networks come in various forms. Please, if you don't understand anything, just draw my attention. Today, I'm going to move very fast because we have a lot to cover so that we start our practice. People are going there. I can see the coding people are going. We want to catch up with them with to our practice. Okay, please, and those who are using phone, if you have any computer somewhere, I'll be very glad if you involve it, because uh the softwares I have right now is with computers. Those who have computers can use it. So if you have computer, it'll be very great if you use it. But if you don't have computer, to don't worry, I'll find a way for you so that when you start our practice, you will get yourself involved. You are going to design a real network. Everyone is going to design one. Sit in your own comfortable zone and design a network for organization or for any company you would want to. Okay, right. Let's move very fast. I'm moving fast because we've already mentioned these things, and I'm just going over in our first meeting. Okay, now take note of this, please. If you are there in my class, you would have to have a book and a pencil. You'll be noting down some points. You'll be needing it while building your network. You'll be needing it. Now, note here, every network includes one, at least two computer servers or client workstation. What do I mean by server or a client station? Now, in every network, there is a source of a network, and there are those who are going to feed on that source. Take note. In every network you are going to build, there is a host or the major or the head of that network that is going to distribute the packets to others. When I say packets, I made mention in the first meal. Packets means just let me say the beam or the data that is being transferred is a packet. So every network, point one, every network includes one, at least two computer service or client workstation. So the network you are going to design, should the software I'm going to give you, it will actually help. It actually has this. It has computers. It has routers. So you just be dragging and dropping them and be connecting them with wires. It will be so whenever it's connected, you see a green line. You actually feel the practical. But I want you to take note of all these down so that when you start, you won't fumble with it, because the practical you are going to do it, then you will come and demonstrate to us. Right. So the first point is at least two computer servers or client workstation. When I talk about client workstation, you see you have the main server, the one distributing, the head of the whole network. That's the one sharing the packet. And you have you or those who will be using it. So let me say I've set up a Wi-Fi server at my ground floor. Now, each offices has a computer that's going to at least tap some of the packets to use for the daily activities. Those are called client workstation. Now, when you go to the bank, typically, when you go to the bank, they are all linked, all the tellers. Everyone with a computer in the bank is linked to one particular computer. That's a server. So each one of the tellers or the customer care or any of them you see around there, the banking hall there is a client workstation. That person is actually tapping from an inner computer somewhere. That computer you can't see it. That's the server. It's very secretive and very confidential, and very authorized people are with those computers, the server computers. So when you go to the bank, the people you see there at the banking hall, they are all client workstation. They are tapping information from a major computer server. Two, you need to have a networking interface card. Now, to be able to tap the information or to be able to create a channel, this networking interface card comes with computers. Actually, networking interface card, it helps you to connect to the main server. It makes your computer actually, so that helps you when you on power on your Wi-Fi. in any organization, whatever university you are, you power on your Wi-Fi, you will see students, staff. That the network interface card helps you to identify these staff, students, all those things. It means your computer is having a network interface card that can actually tap on the packet that's being released from the server. Every company has a server computer that distribute the packets. Every organization or every school that shares Wi-Fi on its campus has a main server computer that distributes. All right, and those students tapping, you are all client stage, client workstation. If you're a student in in a certain university and you connect to the Wi-Fi, you are referred to as a client. You are a client tapping packets from a main server. Okay, a connection medium, usually a wire or cable. Although wireless communication between network computers peripherals is also possible. Okay, yeah, what I was trying to say is, you see, when we have organizations, some organization preferred using fiber, optic fiber. So you see, most of you in your school, there are, let me say, network fiber laid underground of your school. So if you've actually come across these holes, these they are being dug in your schools. So you see the server I'm taking which school? Let me take the University of Ghana for example. The server is at somewhere they have network operation center. The server is there. Now there are cables which has been dug throughout the school. Now the various cables lead to the various residential halls. And when it gets to the various residential, we have servers that also gets these packets and distribute it using routers. That's the Wi-Fi. So you can see you are on a particular floor. There will be no router, there will be no nothing. You see, you won't get any Wi-Fi. But the moment they will bring the router, you get the Wi-Fi. So the cables, the wires, the wireless also helps in connecting your network. Now we have network operating system software such as the Microsoft Windows NT, the Windows 2000, the Novelware, the Novel Netware, and Unix Linux. Now these actual operating systems are run on the server computers. They are server windows. You can't run Windows 10 on these server computers, or run your let me see your customized window on a server computer. No, we have specific server windows you can use, such as the Windows NT, the novel netware, or Unix or Linux. Mac OS 2 can also do. These are also specific operating system you can use on server computers. As a networking student or as a potential network expert, you should know this before you venture in that field. Now we have types of networks. We have the LANs and the WANs, the local area network. From our first meeting, I made mention of the local area network being the small network we actually set up. It can be your house, it can be in an office. It basically is about two, three computers being linked to a network in a form of nodes. As a networking student, you should put at the back of your mind that when we say network, it's not basically connecting to a mobile network or the bundle network you assume, or most people will assume. A network is just creating a channel, so it can be sharing of file across in a particular room. So three computers have been connected together. Now, whenever I want to send a file to Tom, I will just push it in a particular folder on my computer. Then Tom will pick that folder without necessarily using a pen drive to download and copy it here or something. So a network, as a network student, when someone says network, let the person specify it. Network, is it? Are you talking about Bluetooth? Are you talking about this? local area, one area, or you are talking about the shared network using sharing files and resources in office. Let the person be specific of that network. Don't just assume the person says network, so you are saying connecting mobile networks or connecting MTN or connecting no. As a networking student, you should let the person be specific about the network he or she is talking about. All right. Now the local area network, this is whereby you can connect networks to computers which are not very far, so it can be in a room. So a room of 4 or 5 computers, you connect them, they'll be sharing a particular printer together. So this one will print, you go and take it from this one, so we'll issue a command, or they will connect using cables so that they can be sharing a particular folder. So that folder, if I want to share it for people, I'll put the file in that folder. Everyone will see that folder on his or her computer, then pick whatever needs to be picked from there. All right, when we talk about the wide area network here, this one is also referring to very wide computers being connected together. So this one is actually very broad. It's a connection or interconnection of local area networks. So more local area networks coming together then form a wide area network. Wide area network can be used for cities, towns, countries, continents, and it this comes together more and you can see it will form the internet. Okay, it says this is accomplished by connecting the different local area network using services such as dedicated leased phone lines, dial-up phone lines, satellite links, packet carrier services. During our study of this, we will also study about the satellite internet, whereby satellites are able to produce. So, example of satellite internet, we have the Starlink, OneWeb, a whole lot. We will also study about them so that we will know the data communication being shared around the world. So, wide area network is actually very broad. It can be formed using a whole or a variety of devices. As we start building our practical section, you have a feel of all these. All right, let's move on. Let me make my screen continuous. Okay. Okay, so the internet. We have internet also here, a system of linked networks that are worldwide in scope and facilitate data communication services such as remote login, file transfer, electronic mail, the World Wide Web, and news groups. So, as I already said, the interconnection of more major wide area networks come together to form the internet. The internet is very broad. So, you see, when you break down the internet, you actually see the true definition of a network. Now, the internet here is actually connecting places that are very far from you so that you can access a resource from a particular computer. So let me say you want to you want to use Google on your computer. So you need to create a channel, and that channel will actually send you straight to Google server at maybe say Europe, and Europe may be in Germany. Google server is in Germany, for example. You are accessing a particular file, but you have to access it in Germany. You are in Ghana. The internet is there as a channel that will lead your computer or the device you are using through that hollow tube to go straight to that server and pick the file you need. The internet is connecting various servers around the world or various networks around the world and create a particular channel whereby you can fetch, irrespective of wherever you are, you can fetch any resource remotely. All right. Let's go to intranet. Yes, we have a difference between internet and intranet. This actually confuses. I quite remember there was some time we had a workshop and people were asking so much questions about internet and intranet. With the advancement made in browser-based software for the internet, many private organizations are implementing intranet. An intranet, please note it, is a private network utilizing internet type tools but available only within that organization. For large organizations, an intranet provides an easy access mode to corporate information for employees. All right, let me bring it down. Intranet is actually a private network you create. Maybe you are a boss, you are a CEO, you are a founder of a particular company. You actually control a big company. You want to build a network in your company that no outsider can actually tap in that company or can actually enter that network. Only your employees and whoever is included in that particular company can access that thing. That is called, or that network, that is called intranet. The internet is open for everyone, but intranet is to a specific organization or a specific group. You cannot enter it unless you've been given the mandate to enter it. So you are a boss in your company and you've created a network in that company. Me as an outsider, there is no way I can actually enter that network. Now, the main motive or the main aim for these people creating such networks is to share valuable information among themselves or among the employees. For example, I create a network in my organization. Then I say, whenever I release an announcement, so this network I've created, I used their various email addresses. So I'll just release a communique. You will see every employee is going to get it. I'll create a network whereby people in that organization can chat. You see, only people in that organization can do that. I will create, for example, the University of Ghana has an intranet, and this is their intranet. Their intranet is they are using Microsoft. Right now, they are using Microsoft Teams. It means right now, whenever everyone accesses the service Microsoft Teams using an email address that ends it at st.uj.edu.gh, it means that person should be given access. If you are using any email account apart from this directorate, you will not have the access to that. This is a typical example of an intranet. So you see, every student or every staff would have his or her email ending with .uj, either at st.uj or at, no, the staff at staff, the student is at st.uj.edu.gh. So you see, there's a specific directorate. If the person don't have it, there is no way you are going to actually receive a mail from public affairs. This is a typical example of an intranet. It's an internal network that has been created. Such as various schools also have done that. You see their student mail and their staff mail, they have a directorate of the school. So if you don't have that particular email, you are not going to receive official mails from the school. This is a typical example of an intranet. All right. We have the metropolitan area networks, and these networks, as the name will suggest, they are
Yeah,
networks. Yes,
so please, this is Godwin.
Godwin, speak.
So yes, sir. I would like to ask a question on the intranet.
Okay,
So with the intranet, can they search things on the internet?
okay,
It's gonna be, I'm confused a little bit. You
okay.
said it's in a specific organization. Yes, yes, it is specified. This
Yes,
is this people that use it, but can they search things from the internet or can they do things from the internet?
yes.
You can.
For internet, for intranet, now you have the privileges to access resources in that particular organization, as well as you can actually use the outside internet. So for example, let me take any university that uses this search of a directory. You see, your student ID will end with, your student email will end with either UCC or ug.edu.gh. You have two access here. You can actually access the university's network, and as well as use that same email to create an account with maybe Facebook. Do you get it here? But someone with Gmail account can't receive or can't access the resources in a university, because that Gmail account is not part of the university's intranet, but the person can use the internet. Godwin, are you okay now?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah, Angela.
Please, with the university as an example, so does that mean that past students can also access the school's resources because they also had the school's email?
Yes.
So can they also access the school resources, or does
Ye-
it mean that as